your humanitarian scientist, and so much more. We'll get into that in another video with much more deep dives, with educational videos, scientifically proven, of course, as always. But in this video, this will be a comprehensive video proving my point to you that I keep talking about for years, about how fake spirituality people who are claiming to be spirituals, like tarot readers on YouTube, like tarot and astrology channels, right? Astrologers on YouTube. These people claiming to be spiritual, they are pushing that idea of being spiritual, but I keep exposing them on their lies and about their fake spirituality. And in this video, I'm going to prove to you that these fake spiritual people, why they are not caring about and ignoring, straight up ignoring true humanitarian world crises, and never, ever, ever have talked about it. This is unprecedented, and this is definitely not what spirituality is. Me being a spiritual person and actually living by the rules of spirituality on this earth in my day-to-day life since my childhood, because of me getting this education, spiritual education, from my parents, from my family, and having a deep understanding also by reading tons of, since my childhood, a lot about the deep understanding of, if we talk about religious spirituality, the deep understanding of spirituality on different type of religions, but in fact, the core of it, the deep core of spirituality. And I want to do this was structured, not talking all over the place. So I have a guidelines here, what we are talking about in this comprehensive video. And please follow me so from the beginning to the end, because you will have a great deep dive into it. So we will talk about, in an intro, I just mentioned what this video is all about and why. And I will be proving to you why fake spiritual people like tarot and tarot readers on YouTube and astrologers on YouTube, why they are not talking about of world or even care about world humanitarian crisis. And I will tell you about exactly what it is. And we will talk about next true spirituality, what it actually is, and fake spirituality after that. And I will expose the fake spirituality one more time. And then we will talk about the greed, right? I keep talking about the greed, right? The greed behind this fake spirituality industry. I have many videos that I exposed and talked about that this is a billion-dollar business, right? It's a billion-dollar industry. The fake spirituality is a billion-dollar industry, multi-billion-dollar industry. So we talk about that. Then we will talk why they avoid talking about real issues. We will talk about that. Then we'll talk about examples. I give you examples. I mean, come on, I can write a second PhD on this. Examples of fake spirituality, okay? And then we will talk about the consequences of fake spirituality and not caring about humanitarian issues, worldwide issues, world crisis issues. Never talk about this. What is the consequences for society and for humanity, right? And then after that, we will talk about what spirituality should even look like. What should spirituality look like? And I can talk a lot about this, you know, and some people talk about, oh, how should everybody can do spirituality as they like. that's not the case. Okay, we'll talk about this. And then finally, we will have final thoughts and what you can do at this time if you are a spiritual person, or if you consider yourself being or you think you're a spiritual person. Watch out the end, because then I have some tips you can do today as a true spiritual person. And again, the people on my channel, we are always high quality people here, have a really great background and really high quality people. So I'm already not attracting fake spiritual people on my channel anyway, and I'm so proud of that. And this is for everyone who run into it, and probably they will not agree because I tell you exactly why. But the people who are my channel, the high quality people, are the ones, as I keep saying it, we will save the world. People like us, true spiritual people, true people with actual knowledge, actual knowledge of understanding what's going on in the world, right? You don't have to read a book. I mean, I hope you read a book, but also to disseminate like all of the information and actually connect the dots to understand what's going on in the world. And then all around action, taking action, what we can do. And of course, we have an election coming up in just like a month here in the United States. Wow, that's not a month, like 2 weeks, right? Like we have an election coming up, and this hopefully will serve so many more people so we can actually take action for the world. Hopefully people on my channel, like I have like what, 2,900 subscribers, and hopefully if we can just really do something for the world, for humanity, for the world crises, then this will be the 2,900 people on my channel, and hopefully that will go on further, far and wide, so we can make a difference. Trust me, one single person who was watching this video can make a difference today. Okay, so let's get started. So I already talked about the intro. Let's talk about very briefly, obviously very briefly, what true spirituality is. Listen, but true spirituality is, you need to first have some knowledge. Okay, so you cannot have a or claim to be something if you don't know about that thing, right? And trust me, I've seen a lot in the medical research on that. Some startup companies claiming to know cancer immunotherapy, why they have nothing to do with cancer immunotherapy, just for the greed, for the money, okay? And the same thing goes for spirituality. I mean, listen, if you're a tarot reader, if you claim to be a tarot reader, if you have no idea how to read tarot, you're not a tarot reader. If you claim to be an astrologer, have no clue about astrologer and just like do copycatting, you're not an astrologer. If you have no idea about, I don't know, any of the religions, like the deep core of the understanding of each religion, you don't even know nothing about religion, okay? You're just like a copycatter, copying here, copying there. I mean, it goes on in all disciplines, right? So you need to first know stuff. And again, spirituality is not like, as we talk about, we'll be talking about here, number 8, like what would that even look like, right? And some people, like some tarot reader on YouTube, are claiming that, oh, how can you tell me what's spiritual? How should I, live spirituality? How can I practice spirituality? There are no rules. God damn it, there are rules. There are rules, there are knowledge you need. And this is exactly the proof that how people have zero clue. Like they read no book, no nothing. And many people believe that spirituality, and I will do a completely separate video on this, I already planned that, about spirituality, meaning you have to learn all the chakras, like whatever the 7 chakras they are, and you have to learn about like yoga positions and some Vedic astrology. That has nothing to do with that, because that is originating by Indian spirituality, What about the Western spirituality was integrated from the Indian spirituality. Why? Come on, if you know a little bit about how the world history worked, right, you would understand that of course the West integrated Indian spirituality because of the occupation of the Brits, right? British people, have occupied that and they spread it. And why? I followed this for years, guys, like for decades. And guess what? All the tarot and astrology was literally majorly by English occupied countries for mainly dominated on YouTube in the very beginning, which was Canada, England, and Australia. These countries, and also India, right? But particularly Western, like tarot was and astrology was mainly based from, and you could go literally just a decade ago. Go on the YouTube and look. The astrologers and tarot readers were mainly from England, Canada, and Australia. Duh. Did it click? Something clicked, right? So it's hand in hand in politics, like how spirituality came from the India all the way to the West. Da-da! What about Islamic spirituality? That's different. Whoa, how is it different? Well, you gotta learn it. And in that case, if you have no knowledge about Islamic faith, you have no idea how spirituality is based on Islamic faith even work. And if that you don't know, then you know nothing about spirituality. Let me tell you this, in Islamic spirituality, there is no chakra. Nobody talks about chakras because it's Indian spirituality based in India. Do you got my point? So if you claim to be spiritual and push through our throat the tarot and astrology that you have to know this chakras, like your solar plexus chakra, to date I have zero clue about chakras. Zero clue. Like I completely mixed them up. Does it mean I am not a spiritual person? Screw that. My entire life, I lived by spiritual teachings, thanks to my parents who know religion, who know spirituality, and live every day by spirituality. And I have no idea about yoga poses. I never do yoga. No, yoga kills my back. Like, I tried several yogas. Yoga is horrible for my body. And I keep saying that you should only find the thing that works for you. And so, does it mean I'm not spiritual? Let me tell you what spirituality is, truly is. And also that includes religion, right? Are you truly a religious person? I'm not a religious person. I know all religions. I studied all religions, or not all religions, there's so many religions, but the core religions. I studied Islam, I studied Christianity, I studied Judaism and Buddhism. That's what I studied, and I know all of them. And if you don't know any of them or just one, you cannot claim to assess what this is even all about. When the Western now start to talk about Rumi is the poem of love. Like, Rumi is not poet of love. Like, what are you talking about? If you say this to a person with Islamic faith or with Islamic spirituality, they were like, what? Are you so dumb? Like, what are you talking about? Because Rumi is one of the highest level. For example, if from Buddhism, Buddha is that higher level of the achievement. Like Rumi is that in Islamic faith, also in Islamic spirituality. Also, as I keep saying, Rumi wasn't revolutionary as a person, right? Rumi was actually breaking away from the traditional Islam. And that's why he was almost kicked out in that time in the 13th century. Like, if you don't know stuff, learn stuff. And don't even tell me that only one way. If you say that spirituality, everyone can be spirituality. If you say that and you manipulate the heck out of people in your YouTube channel by doing every single day, like hypnosis, right? You tarot readings, and that means that you're faking the crap out of people, which is fake spirituality, full stop. The true spirituality comes from the deep core understanding of the true core values of a human being on this earth. As I keep saying it, we, the human beings, there's only one difference, them separating humans, us, from angels. And that is, as I keep saying it, the human ego. The human ego separates us from angels, but the rest is the same. In Islamic faith, it is actually the same, but similar to Christianity and in Islam, it was like with the sin, right? It turned into human. Right? The angel was actually created as angels, and then it turned into, with the sin, turned into a human. So that for me, I don't believe in those stuff, but for me, when I analyze it, for me, what separates us from angels are the human ego. And then we will go into the greed, right? The fake spirituality and greed. And that is by centuries, since the initiation of being a human being, that's when the greed comes into creating all of the mess in the world, because of the human ego and power play. Human ego and power equals to greed. And that was fueling the world since the first human being ever came to this earth. Okay, and so the true spirituality, and I have a very comprehensive video about what is true love, unconditional love. I have that video, and please search on my YouTube channel, what is unconditional love? If you cannot even feel that and have no clue when I just said unconditional love, what that even means, then there's a problem. Then you are 100,000,000% not a spiritual person. If you cannot feel the deep core love for the whole humanity, for whole planet Earth, for whole universe, for the whole beings, and you keep talking about, I hate this person, I hate that person, and this person did that to me, and this, it's me, then you are, I guarantee you, 100,000,000%, you are not a spiritual person. You are a selfish, egocentric person, fake spiritual person. Full stop. There's no sugarcoating for that. If you are not understanding, for example, that animals, for example, belong to nature. They do not belong into your house. They do not need to wear clothing. They do not wear like Halloween clothes. They do not need to wear costumes. It's wild to me that wild animals are now pets, like otters. Otters are now pets all over the internet, and now they cannot even be in the water because when you put them in water, they are freaking out. We are so egocentric that it's out of this world. You cannot occupy an animal, put it in your house, and then claim that I'm a spiritual person, and then all these oracle whatever cards, whatever that means, right? Like these animal spirit cards. I'm the whatever animal otter spirit. Then did you fight for in YouTube that the otters should not be allowed in people's house as pets? Otter spirit, of course, it's just easy manipulation. So if you don't even understand what I'm just talking about, you're like, whoa, I wear like costume on my pets, then I'm sorry, you are deep fake spiritual person. You are not even real spiritual person, because a true spiritual person recognize the nature, loves the nature as it is, loves human being as they are, love the planet, and not hurt people, not hurt the planet, not hurt animals. If you keep watching murder, whatever, these crime, true, I even just few months ago learned even the word true crime. I didn't even know what that means. I did not know what that means. No, I never heard that word before because it was so out of my sight that. And then I learned a few months ago that there's even a huge industry about true crime. I stopped it because it hurt my soul. It hurt my healing. It hurt me mentally. And we will get to that. Keep this point in mind because I will talk about my mom. My mom is currently really sick because of what's going on in the news about Gaza, and we will talk all about this. Because I know, I keep telling this to her. My mom and my dad, we are all sensitive people, sensitive souls, and deep spiritual people. My mom is actually sick because of it hurts the soul, and I will have lots of, and this will be hopefully a deep dive into the intro into my next series, because I will be focusing on sensitive souls and empaths and sensitive people like myself. And that will hopefully feel as an intro. If you are a person like this, I invite you to subscribe, because I will have a brand new series, okay? And not series, but an initiative which I was working on today. So the true crime videos made me sick. Like I couldn't even watch it. And last week I decided I will stop, because the point in YouTube, they keep showing it to you, and I did not want to see them. I don't want people, I honestly, I can't stand people to be murdered or these and that. I don't want to hear it. I can't take it because it hurts my soul. And I cannot understand what kind of mentality even likes to watch those videos. I don't get it. Like, what kind of mental thing is this? Because it's addictive. You're addicted to people murdering people. It kills my soul. And if you are not a spiritual person, you don't feel that what I'm just saying to you. So the true spirituality loves and cares about about humanity and gets hurt by when other people are hurting, when animals are hurting, and they take action. They just don't sit on the butt and just like talk about like, how is he feeling about you? How is she feeling about you? What is he thinking? What is your next 2 days? What will happen in the next 3 months? What will happen in 10 days? Your love life in 10 days. Your love life in 2 days, what he will say or she will say to you in 2 to 48 hours. You gotta stop this. This has nothing to do with spirituality. It's fake spirituality. Let's talk about number 4, greed. The greed in this industry, because it's all about money. The more you can manipulate people into, how does he feel about you? How does she feel about you? What he want to say to you, but he can't. It's all so, don't you see it, how narcissistic this is? Can you not see it? It's all about me, 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 me. And not about like, I can't believe how people are so ignorant in what's going on in the world right now. Who cares the F what he or she thinks about you? Like, who cares? God damn it, people are dying. I mean, do you even know what's going on in the world? And you, okay, might argue with me. Of course, I'm a scientist, right? You can argue with me on a constructive level. For example, you can tell me, you just said, I don't even watch those things. Watching non-stop these things versus knowing and taking action is A and Z, is day and night. And that is what I'm talking about. If you are watching, you just watch, okay, so that is not human. If you don't know nothing, you can even talk about this. And that's what I'm just going to say, why they avoid real issues, because they don't even talk about it. Since Gaza on October 7, it was now 1 year. 1 year of war in this world. And I talked about this 1.5 years ago. Go in the description section. I have videos listed. I talked about the North Node and South Node in Aries and Libra, right? I said 1.5 years ago, there will be in 2024, since 2023, 2024, war, peace, war, peace, war, peace, war, peace. I said it in this way. I literally said there will be war, peace, war, peace, war, peace. Watch the video. It's down in the description. North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra. Are you claiming to be an astrologer? When on earth did you not talk about this? The world is just literally, are you not caring about the money? That's money. That's the topic. North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra. War, peace, war, peace. Why, since 1 year, not a single astrologer, not a single tarot reader talked about the war in the world? What? Why? 1, why they avoid real issues? Because it's the goddamn greed behind the industry. They are afraid even say some words. Oh, I don't want to get unmonetized. Oh, I don't want to get unmonetized. Oh, I know. So why the money, and more and more and more? Why click, more click? There is a channel. There are multiple channels, tarot, every single day. Every day. How does he feel about you? How is she thinking about you? How does he feel about you? How does she feel about you? How does he think about you? Every day. Every day for years. Like, what are we doing? And then they don't want to mention these and that because of the money. They don't want to be unmonetized. They're afraid. They don't want to talk about this because they don't even want to get involved ever. But as I literally, when something happened in another part of the world, ta-da, voila, pray for Paris, pay for, I don't know, something in another European country or another place. I'm not saying you shouldn't say that. Praying, I love, like the hope and praise goes out to the people, whatever. Hope and praise. Who screw the hope and praise? This is like the, I'm going to sit on my butt, but at the same time, I fake to be somehow caring. That means that. Since always was to me that. Hope and praise goes out for this whatever families. Hope and prayers. It already happened. So what are you talking about? And true spiritual people don't do just like, oh, hope and praise goes out. They don't do that. They take action. Do you even know some people in the history, true spiritual people in the history that actually died for taking action? True spiritual leaders? I'm not telling you just go out there and die for the people, but you can just talk about this. Aren't you as the spiritual person? You say you are spiritual, right? You are the tarot readers. You are the astrologers, and you're not even talk about the North Node in Aries, the war, and the South Node in Libra, peace. I have it. It's in the description. I talk about this 1.5 years ago. Everything I predicted came true. I said there will be war, there will be peace, there will be war. Watch it. So, who is now astrologer and tarot reader? I'm just saying to you, you make the analysis. You decide. Why? Because there's ultimate money in what he feel love, right? Money makers, love, relationships, business, right? Money matters, finances, and I don't know what else, whatever. So these make money, right? They make money. If you talk about love, right? How is he feeling about me? How is she feeling about me? Click, 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 tring, 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 money like crazy. And that is the multi-billion-dollar industry. It's easy, cheap money. I read tarot for 20 years, right? I cannot even imagine. I was thinking of this 2 days ago. I can't imagine doing everyday tarot because it's so easy money. That's what it is. It's just I'm just reading the cards. So I am reading tarot spiritually. I am just using it as a tool and read it spiritually. Do you see the fakeness in this? And they can fake the crap out of people and people don't get it because there are so many people believing this, really thinking, and that's the consequences. The consequences for the society of such fake spirituality. People start to believe because they talk about this as a cookie cutter way, they non-stop repeat this. Let me tell you what they say. They say, for example, this is what did they say? This applies to this, but take it as it resonates. Take it as it resonates. This is a general reading. If you want to learn more and more personalized, take a personalized reading from me privately, $200. That's what they say. And even they make it so, follow what's going on for since 2011, it's like almost like 15 years, I follow what's like step by step what's going on in the development of tarot and astrologers in YouTube. I'm because I'm a scientist, I'm curious of all, and I'm a Scorpio, I'm curious, like the development, it's mind-blowing. Now the millennials and the Gen Zs are doing this with no knowledge, understanding, and because of the people 10 years ago say this stuff, they believe it's true. And the people, and they say it in such a confidence, like Sun Moon Rising Venus, Sun Moon Rising Venus. So this is for whatever Sun Moon Rising Venus. Why Venus? I keep talking about this, like why even Venus? They don't even know like what the purpose of Venus is, and why would they include Venus, for example? And they say, for example, again, this is take it how I take this spiritually and take it as it resonates. And if you want to more, it cannot apply for everyone. And by the way, this is just for one person out there. And these people have like 200,000 views, right? Like this is only, oh, wait, I'm just hearing. Hearing what? Like noises? If you hear something, that's your mental, and this is something is wrong with your mental, okay? That's your brain. I'm hearing, they just say to me, right? They just say to me, okay, I should now stop shuffling. Okay, and what's about the shuffling, right? Like everything falls around, and the spirit told me that this is the cards, right? So like, what are we doing? So this is all a non-stop fakeness after fakeness after fakeness. You don't even feel it inside of you. You just saying the words cookie cutter way. This will be only for one person out there. And by the way, this is now a new marketing strategy of whomever this resonates. The title is whomever this resonates, right? Because then someone will click on it for sure. Wait, that resonates with me, even if it doesn't. And that is absolutely important to understand. The fakeness is wild because of the greed. And this is now how people really fall into the traps, right? If you are knowing anything of this, the Daybell, Chat Daybell, whatever, spiritual, there are more and more and more fake spiritual murders out there, right? Who are like faking people around, stealing their money mentally, and they're attacking really mental people. And that way they can totally fake the crap out of people and make the money off of them, and they're mess with their minds. And this is how these fake spiritual people even murder people, and they believe it's true. It's supposed to be like this. Like how many, for the last several years, how many people say that, oh, the spiritual guru told me that my child has Satan in his or her brain, and then I have to kill my child. How many of those? Let me just open this light here. That is now different. Let me see. Is it dark? It is dark, right? Hold on. Let's see. It's a little bit better. Okay, I guess. I don't know. Ooh, but it's blocks. Wow, that's not so good. I know it's dark. I'm sorry, but let's keep going. So when this happens, what happens is the society thinks that this is accurate, right? This is accurate. This is how it's supposed to be. This is what spirituality is. And that leads to selfish, narcissistic, I keep talking about the exponentially growing narcissistic society, right? And the more fake spiritual people are out there, the world is now in this situation. Wars all over the place. Nobody gives a crap because of their money. Because of their money. They don't even want to talk about this. But and then out of the sudden they talk about, Florida's hurricane. I sent hope and prayers. Listen to me. What is this, okay? You shut up for 1 year. Let me turn on the other light. Hold on 1 second. I hope this is, yes, this is a little bit better, right? So if you not talking about this for a whole 1 year as an astrologer, and then out of a sudden, just because of the hurricane in Florida, which is really dramatic right now, you suddenly talk about that, just one person, not even anyone. No tarot readers ever talked about anything. And that leads to, it's just me. What is he thinking about me? What is she thinking about me? What are the people thinking about me? It's all about that, and that's actually the ticket. The ticket for a exponentially growing narcissistic society. Carelessness, selfish, nobody gives a crap, money, I need the money. That the greed behind the industry, right? The multi-billion-dollar fake spirituality industry with tarot cards, oracle cards, astrology, and these and that. Like, again, how can astrologers not even talk about this? Because they don't want to get demonetized by YouTube. Because it's scary. They should not, because it's maybe the Middle East. Yeah, politics too, right? Politics too. Tell me if politics doesn't play in this. Of course it does. Of course. I just mentioned this in the beginning of the video, okay? So, I just want to give the true spirituality and what does true spirituality look like? True spirituality, if you take a little bit of understanding, examples from in history, right? The true humanitarian leaders, spiritual leaders like Gandhi, like Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King, Mother Teresa, they were all Christian, and they used the Christian faith to do revolution in the world. Mahatma Gandhi, his own spiritual beliefs, right? It was also religious and spiritual. Take the spiritual beliefs and put it into changing the world. There's so many more. If you just look and just look in the history, open a goddamn book. I can tell you that what you're seeing is not spirituality. You, as I keep saying it, you don't learn spirituality from others. Spirituality, true spirituality, is just here, here, and here. You don't even need chakras, whatever the hell. I don't even know what chakras are, because that's Indian culture, Indian spirituality. It has nothing to do with other spirit. The core is the core. If you learn about the religions, you learn about the core. If you learn only one religion, you don't get the point. That's why I keep saying to people, I built my own religion. And even I said this to a Mormon, and he screwed the shit out of me. He was poking all the time. What did you say? what did you say? You will create your own religion? Yeah, like I don't believe in the established religions, because there is a core in this. He's like, what? Like, he was nonstop poking at me. Because you need to learn the religions. And then you totally like see the core point. And that is being a good human being. That's spirituality. If you are a true good-hearted person, you are straight up connected. You get straight up all the signs. You don't need 1 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 3 4. This is made up shit by Doreen Virtue, who turned now later, after making multi-million dollar from all of her cards, from all of her talks. See, people don't even know this. They don't even know how this began. She made multi-million dollars, and then out of the sudden turned into deep course Christian person. She vanished. She vanished from social media. She vanished from almost from this planet Earth, because she converted into deep Christian out after being a deep fake tarot faking people and making multi-million dollars. And so I'm telling you, the fake is real. The manipulation is real. I mean, just look into the murder trials, right? Like they are fake the crap out of people. They believe in spiritual gurus who tell them kill your child because somehow this person is evil, or like a Satan or whatever. Like, and these people believe in this. Imagine that. How like clueless can people be, right? And so that's why education is so critical. Just open a book, learn about Christianity, the core understanding of it, learn about Islam, the core understanding of Judaism, the core understanding of Buddhism, all other religions. Learn it and understand the core. The core to me is, from my assessment of my religion, if you will, that I believe in, created and believe in, because as you know, I'm a serial creator person, right? I create left and right because I know stuff, because I learn stuff. Look at all my books here. So for me, and that's how I lived my entire life, because that's what I learned from my parents. That's what my grandma was also. This is how our family is, the whole. All of us, because we are wholeheartedly good-hearted people. We always help people, even if we don't have any. For example, I know in Islam and also in Christianity, help thy neighbor, right? That's what the Islam is. That's what Christianity also is, and that's the core message. You don't have to be a religious believer. If you help your neighbor, if you help the poor, if you help the person in need, that's service. It's the core from your heart, and you don't have to have titles. You just have to be you, just be the human being that you are here. Embrace it, love it, be grateful for it. Say that I am a human being, like how honored this is, how privileged this is. If you have a little bit of bread, you just crack the piece of it and give it to somebody else who doesn't have it. That's what the Islamic faith taught us. I grew up with Islamic faith, but not in a deep core religion, but we learned everything about it. I learned when I was 12 years old, secondary school, Christianity and Judaism. And then later in my high school time, I learned a lot, or my university time, I learned a lot about Buddhism. And there is the core for it. Being a good person, not lying, not cheating, not faking, not copying others, not talking behind other people's back. Listen, every single person who know me, and again, this is not about me, I'm just giving you an example, knows that I practice what I preach. Every single video that I do is all done, tested, approved by me. I never take anyone's thought, anyone's action, anyone's whatever. It's always, I approve it first, I test it first, I do it first, and I will share with you the results. I never talk about theory. It's always done. And I'm telling you, what is done is my entire life. Every person who know me knows that I never lied in my life. I never cheated in my life. Never. I was always good in school. I always worked hard, always helped others. And I was always real, and I never, ever talked behind people's back. Ever. And if I die, that's my legacy. I don't care about money and these and that. That's my legacy. I'm so, and you know, that is hard. In this day and age in the world, it's hard, it's harsh. But can you stay true to yourself? All my t-shirts are stay true to yourself. Can you stay true to yourself despite everything, despite the greed, despite the multi-billion-dollar industry, despite what other people tell you what you do or shouldn't do, what you say, what you shouldn't say? Can you be true to yourself? Can you always go through life without lying, without cheating, without not working hard, copying? Can you just do that? Can you? And that's what the self-discipline is also. I am a former athlete, right? So I am the hardcore self-discipline person. Talk about self-discipline, and I'm a Scorpio, like I'm a 5x Scorpio, right? Like I am the self-discipline full stop person. And so I know when you combine this with religion, like the sin, right? In Christianity, in Islam, like the sin. And I keep saying this to everyone. And I talk a lot this to my parents also too. We have always nice conversation with my parents, but I always say that to me, when I analyze the religions, analyze the core message, to me, the sin, what they talk about in the religious books, is yes, you shouldn't go out of your marriage and do cheating shit and stuff like that. But or like if your partner, you don't have to be married, but like, you know, stay like honorable and true to yourself. But also the self-discipline, right? The self-discipline, for example, and that's why in the Islamic faith and in Christianity, the fasting is there, right? So you just so that you stop eating and you push yourself not to eat, because that's like the self-discipline. And of course it's made for understanding the poorness, the just to go deep inside. But of course this day and age, it's totally different. Like it's like starving to death and like, oh my god, food, and you eat food. That's not what's supposed to be, but in this day and age it's completely out of alignment. But what it actually is, when you just the sin to me is, and the moment when you need to cheat, or when you need to fake cheat at school, or in the moment when you have the desire to watch some stuff that you don't need to, shouldn't watch, like murder YouTube videos, or like pornographic shit or whatever the hell, then if you have this drive of just talk behind people's back or hurt other people, like whatever, like screw them over, whatever, can you stop yourself? That's, to me, self-discipline and not doing sin, right? If you talk about religion, that's, to me, sin. That you should stop and just hold yourself. And the same thing goes to, for me being from healthcare, is like, if you know smoking is bad for your body, alcohol is bad for your body, sugar, fat, fried stuff, ultra processed food is shit to your body, hurts your body, you will be ill. Can you stop eating those? Can you stop it? I can, because I have mental training of self-discipline. Why do you think I'm staying like this despite my age? Is because I have hardcore understanding of that internal spiritual also and mental discipline. I know how the true spiritual person, and I talk a lot this to my parents too, the true spiritual person takes good care of the body, of the mind, of the soul. The true spiritual person never, ever will hurt a body, their own body. Never. Because the true spiritual person would never also do something that hurts their mind, their soul. Would never watch stuff that hurts the soul. I stopped last week or 10 days ago. I said, I will not watch these murder things because YouTube pushed them in front of my face. I will not watch it because it hurts my healing. It actually brings me back, and it bothers my soul. And that is absolutely critical to understand. The true spiritual person don't, when we come back to this with the greed, right? The fake spiritual people, like the true spiritual person, will not manipulate and hypnotize people with some shit. A true spiritual person always would encourage education, encourage to develop themselves. That's the difference between the fake spirituality cults and true spirituality, because fake spirituality create cults. That's what these the tarot reader astrologers are aiming for, the ones with 300,000 subscribers. 100,000 subscribers, 800,000 subscribers. Imagine that. 800,000 subscribers. What do? They attract by manipulation the people who worship them. Worship like mentally, actually, or dumbs, like dumb people. To be, frankly, dumb people. And that's how they can easily, and this is for centuries like this. Cults are developed by dumb people. The governments that are, suppressive leaderships, they always want people to be dumb, not vote, not having a clue, get easily manipulated, because that way they can push through their agenda. And agenda is greed, money. That's money and power, full stop. Two things in this planet Earth is power and greed. But as I keep saying it, for the next 20 years of 18 and a half years will be we the people. The suppressive leadership and fake spirituality will all go down in history for the next 18 and a half years until 2043. Because until then, the people will understand, hopefully people coming to my channel, understanding that we have the power. It's the unique us that will change the world, not what these fake spiritual leaders and gurus and fake spiritual cult leaders and tarot and astrology, not what they tell us what we should think, what we should believe, what we should say, not say, etc. Because we will not care about the money. We will care about us bring our individuals outside and change the world. Humanity. Aquarius is all about humanity. I mean, I can't even believe that none of astrologers talk about this. What are you claiming then? I'm just an astrologer, just that helps my money. But in this side, it doesn't help my money, so I'm not really an astrologer. But this way, I am. That's bullshit. And that way, it actually hurts the society, because the society, we will always create this way people who are absolutely narcissistic, exponentially growing, and selfish, and not understand and hurting their own body, mentally, physically, emotionally. The time is here to stop and to finally care for the world. And let me give you some information. If you absolutely are clueless, I have no idea how you would be clueless, not even knowing what's going on currently in the world. I gave you examples of what's actually happening right now, right? I mean, imagine that schools are bombed. Imagine that even refugee camps are bombed. Imagine that, I mean, 41,900 people are killed. Like, what are we talking about here? I mean, let's say it's more, I believe it's way more than that. I don't give a crap on which side. People are dying, and this war has got to stop. The war has got to stop, guys. 42,000 people have been killed, 902 families, the whole family, 902 whole family have been vanished, done, killed. Not on this earth anymore. 902 whole families. 1,364 families have only one individual left in their family. The rest are gone. I mean, can you even imagine this? If you cannot even imagine this, and now what we are seeing is the polio vaccine. How critical it is, the polio vaccine, to be able to give to the people in the war zone. They cannot get the vaccine. They are now start to starve, right? 1 million people currently cannot reach food. I'm not saying this by my head. Go and reach the statistic. Look at it. 1 million people cannot have food. They cannot reach food. They are starving to death, the ones that are left. What are we doing? How can a true spiritual person to even swallow this? I don't give a crap which side. It has to stop. No person, no people on this planet Earth should be killed. We have to stop this. I'm calling for peace on earth, and that's it. What about Sudan? Right? Do you know what's going on in Sudan? Now Yemen again? Do we have forgotten about 73,000 people in children in Yemen that died from hunger? Have you forgotten about that? Now Lebanon, and now like if Iran goes in there, we will be all screwed. What are we doing? Why are we not talking? If these people I just mentioned to you, one channel has 800,000 subscribers, one channel, and all of these fake spiritual people have almost each 100,000 subscribers. Bring them all together, it's billions of 1 billion people. I mean, imagine what 1 billion people would do if we push and say, stop the war. Like, what are we doing? And I'm trying with 2,900 people, which is great. And people are watching me, giving me the likes. I so appreciate it. Then we can actually change the world and do something for it. Because as a spiritual people, true spiritual people, this is not only that comes from our heart, but it is our mission, and this is our job as a human being, not just as a spiritual person, whatever. And if these people, I mean, all these like fake spiritual people talk about your mission, you came here as a light, whatever that means, right? You came here as a light worker on this earth, the light worker, you're a star seed, like these words, like star seed, light worker, you're from a star, like you're a star, you're, I don't know, your twin flame, you came here for a mission, you have a mission to complete on this planet Earth. What the F is your mission then? If you don't do this, what if you don't care about the people dying, the children are killing, the people are hungry, starving to death? If you not care about the people in Sudan, not people in Yemen, not people in Lebanon, in Israel, in Palestine, in Iran, and whatever, in all of the Ukraine, I mean, in Russia, everywhere, in Turkey, I mean, it doesn't matter, wherever it is, true spiritual people don't care about the country and this and politics and shit. True spiritual people don't care about that. We care about the humanity. Full stop. And that's the bottom line. We need goddamn peace on this planet Earth. And you all can make it happen. You can. You can educate other people around you. You can vote. If you're in the US, you must vote. You must push your representatives. How I did it for the vaccine, I pushed it. I pushed the FDA. I pushed it. I talked a lot about this on all social media at that time. And it did happen, right? The protein-based vaccine was approved for millions of Americans just because we didn't get it or wanted to have the mRNA vaccines. It took me 1.5 years, but I kept pushing. I got so sick because exhausted, but it did happen. So we can all do it. Talk about it and say it and do it. And if the election here in a few weeks, the elections are here, we have to push our representatives. It has to stop. You don't have to go to demonstrations. You can educate. You can make people aware. Awareness is key. If people don't even know this stuff, then of course they will just follow the shoes of some fake spiritual people. And if that is, and this way, oh my God, okay, the light is just getting crazier. But this way, we actually can do a lot of good This way, we can actually do the work for humanity, all of us together. So please take action, raise awareness, share this video, and talk about, if you see something, right? In Boston, we say something, if you see something, say something, right? The police always has this everywhere. If you see something, say something. If you see fake spirituality, raise your voice, report it, say it. Like, what kind of bullshit are you talking about? This is fake. This is not what true things is. That's what important is. Call your representative, educate people, and make aware that see first inside of you, what are you feeling? Do you feel hurt? Do you feel this is actually horrible stuff that has to stop? Then would you not want to be a part of it? Would you not want to be a part of peace? Would you not want to be a part of a great life for everyone? Wouldn't you want to be a part of a child gets their food, a family gets their food, and be able to breastfeed their child? Wouldn't you want to be a part of a child getting into school and learn? Wouldn't you want to be a part of children get polio vaccine, or the people get polio vaccine, or vaccination at all? Or even, I cannot even tell you, I mean, I'm not even talking about cancer patients there. And that's even, like, I don't want to say luxury, but what about cancer patients there? They don't even have food. Like, what are we talking about, right? And I run a global cancer organization for 11 years. Like, what are we talking about? That's why each one of you can really help this world to become really a place that is being livable by everybody. If you have the privilege to even have internet watching me, and thank you for the likes, I appreciate that, watching me, if you have that privilege, I want you to think, wait a minute, I have this privilege, but what about the person, right? Help thy neighbor. Think about thy neighbor. Your neighbor has no food. Like, think about that. And know that you really can make that change for the world. You can actually. And that's not by sitting and watching 10 million YouTube videos. And I hope this was helpful. And that's how I want to leave you with. The message is, you can make a change. The first step is to even sharing this video. You can do that so that many more people are aware, and many more people call their representatives, take action, or talk about if you have your own social media, raise your voice, just say that you want peace. You don't have to go into details, like you don't have to go into politics. I don't care about politics. I don't give a shit. I give shit about how people manipulate people into so much that even cause all of this because of their own greed, their own satisfaction, their own bank account. But what I care about is people, the humanity, and we all can play a role. Start raising awareness and vote, so that, and if you're in the US, vote, or in your country, just push your representatives just to stop it. Stop it. Actually stop it. The consequences are way too severe, and our planet Earth is not in the capacity anymore, with all the climate changes, with all the viruses, new viruses, like unprecedented new developments in viruses, and all the Earth resources are dying out. We are in quite a crisis here. Clean water, clean air. Microplastics are everywhere. Even I have microplastic videos on my channel. Look into health section, playlist health. I talk about microplastics. I talked about this 4 years ago now. Now the microplastic research is exponentially growing. They found it even in brain. I mean, there's lots of stuff going on in that regard. So our planet Earth is not in the capacity to hold this stuff anymore. It's screaming. If you think about your body, if you hurt your body, it's screaming, right? It's pain, it has pain or inflammation. You're like, ah. But the same goes with the planet Earth. It's screaming out. It cannot take this anymore. Because when we are not stopping the war, the consequences are way too high. Imagine unvaccinated, disease, full of disease, like a country with full of disease that spreads everywhere. Imagine all of the people are moving to country, like all the economy, like what, I mean, the more we give out money to the war, we cannot help the people here in need. I just realized one thing. Hold on. Here. Do you know what this is? This is in 2017. This is, oh my God, not 2017, 2007. 2007. Ayguen Sahin, Walk for Hunger. Here. Certificate of Achievement. Ayguen Sahin, Walk for Hunger. 2007. And I came to the US 2006. 1 year later, I walked 30 miles. It's like 43 kilometers or something. I finished it. And this was done to end hunger. And so what I'm saying, if you will go back and watch the beginning, I do not just talk. I do. And that's exactly the message I gave to you. Small things can add up. You even can donate. You can do a lot of things. But one thing you really need to do is, if you are new in the time of voting, you gotta vote, and to make sure you press on your representatives, your local representatives, push them. State senators, push them. That's it. We are not gonna take this anymore. Either you do this or you're not getting a vote. Full stop. This is the we the people time. Pluto and Aquarius, we the people. I keep talking about this. It's the time of us, of humanity. That's what Aquarius represents. We the people is now the time. No, we are electing. That's democracy. We elect the people. The representatives, they represent us. We don't want war. We have to say this to them. We don't want war in the world. Stop it. Stop it. You got to do something. And if they don't, we are not going to vote for you. Full stop. Either you push it or no vote. And guess what? What will happen? And if they say, okay, sure, and then they still vote for war, you're like, I vote you out. I impeach you. We have the power. The power comes from people. We, the people. That's what it is. And that's how We spiritual people, not only the knowledgeable people, but also the spiritual people, the real spiritual people, not the fake ones, the real spiritual people come in. And I hope you join me in this. So thank you so much, guys, for being here. I really appreciate you. Thank you for your support on this video, on my channel. I appreciate the likes here. Definitely share this video with others and spread the word. That's what the minimum also you can do, okay? So thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.